Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our series, The Melancholy Monarch. This is Lostrelicgaming, and I'm Relic. And we're back for more blueprints. Day 5. Those extra 20 steps from the sauna, there is not much chance that steps will be our problem this time. Let's start with some resources. So that's a pry bar, or a crowbar. That's prayer, so pray, pry, making this room an A. Start with parlor. The gems are in the white box. Statements with the word white are always true. The statement on the white box is true. So the only way that we can have at least one true and one false is if this is the true statement and these two are false. And we have our logic puzzle solved. Any coins over here? Nothing. Pine and pin. In this room is the letter E. I think we'll go with hallway here. Courtyard. Alright. Let's use a key. One key for 3. I'll take that trade every time. Head to the East Hall. Even though we will likely be losing all of our coins by doing it, we'll take the chapel. Spend a gem. Cupcake for 10 more steps. A key, a gem. There should be a 4th item. That I am just not seeing. Did I just miscount? I don't think so. Cupcake, a key, and a gem, right? This clearly states 4 items. What am I missing? Something plainly obvious? Probably. But at the same time, I've scoured every inch of this room. There is no, not every inch. Sleep mask. Okay. More steps. Safe to say, steps will in fact not be our downfall this time. Go with Geist bedroom. Grab some dice. Nothing else waiting for us here. Already down to 1 coin. That's unfortunate. Let's go with the den. Take a gem. There's no chest in here. Let's head west. We'll take the nook. And the coupon book. Another key. Another observatory. Let's find out what day 3 gives us here. Three steps. Okay. Four stars. That's stairs. Making this room the letter I. Draft that coat check. Take the key card. Bridge and bride. Again, this room is the letter G. Back to the den and turn left. We'll take the commissary. We have no coins to spend, really, but better to go west here than north. And here we roll a die. And here we catch a dead end. No. Roll another die so that the run isn't over. We'll take the spare room. And now it would seem this run has come to a very quick end. I would say steps were not the problem in this run. Take a look at the greenhouse. You can see this is where a lever would open the southern door to the antechamber. Oh good, a shovel. Very useful in a dead-end run. Hey, more steps. Fantastic. Ah, here we are. Page number 5. Sheets is in bold. Let's head outside. We can throw a coin into the fountain. We don't have to go back through the chapel. And now we've got extra coins anyway. Got extra coins, extra keys, all the steps in the world. And nowhere to go. Let's go back to that code check. Leave the key card again. Alright, that's the wrong way. Have to go back through the courtyard. Right. This was not a well-chosen layout. Now let's head outside. Taking a look. And just like that, we've got to call it a day. Not the best run. Let's go right back in for another. Day 6. Hopefully, we'll do better than we did on day 5. no longer have the luxury of 90 starting steps. We'll start by heading east. There's a chest there that's locked. Take the storeroom. Certainly worth a key. Early shovel, that's good. That can be of use. 6 steps, nice. And a rather dirty coin. Okay. Let's once again retrieve the key card. Nothing on the floor. This box and the white box are both empty. This box and the blue box are both empty. The other 2 statements have identical wording. They clearly don't. Which means if one of those is true, they are both true, and this is false. Take hallway. Rod and road. This room is the letter A. Let's go bedroom. And once again, it's empty. Take the spare room. Security. Excellent. Nothing yet missed. Set security level. Too high. Confirm. No real need to change that one, because even if we get a utility closet, just won't turn it off. Let's log in. Password is Swan Song. Welcome. You've got mail. Yeah, that one's getting old. Staff services, special orders. That's early laboratory. That's nice. definitely take that. No items to grab, it would seem. However, we can set up a lucrative experiment. Let's go with, for each bedroom you draft after your second, permanently add 1 gold to your allowance. So now, it's our mission to draft as many bedrooms as we can. None of these are bedrooms. Take the pantry. Take some coins and an apple. That doorway is boarded up. And there's 1 bedroom. That's the second. Recovered the gem. And that appears to be the only item in the room. Play and plan. I think we already know this room is an E. And in fact, I believe we already know, if we're writing things down, that rank 2 spells the word 8. Gymnasium. Costs us 2, but running shoes. Can easily gain that back. Got a key card. Commissary it is. I was wondering about that. Running shoes are no longer needed, so despite ordering them... No, actually, we just ordered them. That makes sense. Alright. 9 coins. We can get a gem and a salt shaker, or we can get a sledgehammer. Okay. We may return for the sledgehammer, we may not. Another bedroom. Beautiful. Your allowance has been raised by 1. 2 bananas, worth 4 steps apiece. And we are once again treading lightly with 80 steps. Although, I will admit, it's a little troubling that they never solved the Rubik's Cube. Hello, little one. Where are we headed? Straight across the gymnasium. Allowance raised again. Take some dice. Use her key. Seems a shame to not re-roll here. However, East Wing Hall is about as good as we could hope to get. Take the closet. Another die and a gem. Okay. Locked door, easily picked. Nook heads north. Take our key. That's all that was in here. Okay. Library. There's a first for this playthrough. Find a gem. Book request form. This one's already in the observatory. There's no need for that. Pump system manual. Or drafting strategy. Let's go with the pump system. Additional reading. The house directory is a great resource for information. If you wish to read more about a specific room in your house, press R to pull up the directory. However, is not what we're doing tonight. Mount Holly records, 5 hours, 12 minutes, 6 days. Longest day was 90 minutes, average day 59. Steps taken, keys turned, gems used, gold spent. Allowance and total stars. So that shows us keys are the hardest resource to find. Mount Holly scrapbook. First claim ticket from the coat check. Keycard. Ah, the tree with the password carved is no more. My favorite floor plan is the weight room. That's surprising. Parlor, den, and nook, drafted frequently. Most paid for, commissary, courtyard, and drawing room. Most time spent in the entrance hall. That's not a good sign. Then drawing room and security. Made one contraption. Largest purchase was an upgrade disc on the elusive day 3. Okay. Yeah, it's this way. Stage and stag. This room is an E. Ooh. It's not a bad spot for the foundation. This room will always be here. Rank 6, row 3. This will lead us west. I would like the garage. But alas, no more keys. Or gems for that matter, which is actually the one that it required. I came in here and thought about keys because that's usually what you get here. Again, simple mathematical puzzles. Sometimes it's harder to find the answer on the board than it is to find the answer by doing the math. 11, 12, 24, 6. Or I did it in the wrong order. Alright. That's subtraction. 10, 20 divided by 4. Okay, we have keys again. Let's take that planetarium. Star schedule. So this was the third time we were there, so we'll gain +2. Day 29, you get 2. Day 40, you get 7. And day 50, there's a new one. Not day 50, and the 50th time you enter the observatory. Okay. to find that another day. Let's head back to the chapel. Go north. Take the dark room. Gem is nice. This way. And here, on the back of the foundation. Lowers the lift so that we can use it. We've got a fan and we've got flan. This room is the letter L. Add another coin to the allowance. And another gem to our coffers. Observatory. Here we've got a closed anteroom door. It's Mount Holly. And that's a house. Rank 8, row 3 is a U. Alright, we've got a lot of steps here. Not many more places that we can draft. However, we may not need many more. We can't use the office right now. We can, however. We have no coins. Would be a very good place to have had some spare coin. But we'll take 20 more steps tomorrow. Another dig spot. Pebbles. Upgrade disk. Beauty. Got planet and plane. We're under the foundation. So that would make rank 6, row 3, the letter T. Those of you who have been following along and who are particularly observant may understand the significance of that symbol. However, for now it signifies a dead end. Where to? That security room is looking pretty good. Right, it's this way. Save the step. Time to upgrade the spare room. Spare bedroom, spare green room, spare hall. Do believe bedroom is the way to go here. The last time we'll see it like this. What do we check? Keycard seemed to be pretty good. Let's check that again. Could have stopped at the dining room. But there really was no reason. As we have plenty of steps and nowhere to go. Well, That's good to know. It's at 6 p.m. So let's go and find out what time it is right now. Can we see the clock from here? We can, but we have the steps and the sneakers, so let's take a better look. It's not yet 1 p.m. So let's go set it for 2 rather than 6. Just double check that it's not yet 1, because it needs at least an hour. I think we had plenty of time there. Yeah. So here, we wait and we watch the clock. No, I'm kidding. We've got plenty of steps to spare, and those running shoes keep sparing us more. Might as well go and take a look over here. See that symbol that was just on the other side of the foundation. It is in fact after 2 now. Which will give us access to the safe. Pretty sure I got that date right. I think the game started on November 7th. Make day 2 the 8th, day 3 the 9th, 4 the 10th, 5 the 11th, and today the 12th, but perhaps not. Let's make it 5 p.m. Double check. November 12th, 5 p.m. Confirm. It needs to be at least an hour in the future. And it remains open for 4. This time, unfortunately, we are going to have to sit here and watch the clock. Oh, it wasn't 2 yet. It was only 1:30. Alright, so we'll change it to 3. I should have left it alone. Quick check of the net tells me that it's an 8-minute hour. So we've got a little under 5 minutes left to wait. Should be done now, but I got impatient and changed it because frankly I misread the clock in the basement as I ran past. I didn't pay enough attention. Okay. There's 3. The hour hand doesn't quite look like it's on the 3, but we'll go check. Hopefully that doesn't mean it's only 2, but we'll find out. If we have to wait another 8 minutes, it's not ideal, but we can live with it. Less ideal for me than you because of the magic of editing. Okay. Dear Uncle, the disappearance of my cousin Mary has long sat unfavorably with me and my father, and I will freely admit to you that the chilly airs of indifference you may have felt in my presence can be attributed entirely to the suspicions I have harbored for these past years, suspicions entirely aimed at yourself. And while I have never had the opportunity to prove it, I felt very strongly that you had some deeper involvement in those events 4 years ago. The circulating rumors of those months did nothing but further reinforce my convictions in this fact. Those of us that are once bitten are twice shy, and I am aware of the cost of my aggressively aloof behavior has had on the social standing of our family. I do not apologize for my actions, though I am now willing to admit that the conclusions I reached may have been flawed. Last week, I had a confidential conversation with one of our mutual acquaintances, a conversation that has shed more light on this mystery than all of my father's countless, fruitless inquiries over the years. I now have reason to believe that you were in fact responsible for smuggling my cousin under cover of night across the red border to the southern seafront. And I believe this may have occurred in September, a full 7 months after she was reported missing. A date that coincides not with her public disappearance in February, but instead with the notable theft of the Ruby Crown. If the Blackwater insurgents were in fact responsible for the heist, as some have claimed, I believe this scenario entirely plausible. And the fact that 2 of the Crown's 8 rubies have now surfaced has given me renewed optimism that she is still alive. Alive, safe, and finally free. As Day 6 comes to a close, I'll walk us back to our campsite. Not that it needs to be done, but just to enjoy the beautiful scenery. Spectacular. Okay. Thank you for joining me, folks. Days 5 and 6 are now complete. We've gained a foundation and secondary access to the basement. It's time that Simon gets his rest. And it's that time for us as well. Thank you for joining me at Lost Relic Gaming. My name is Relic. Please, if you have not yet done so, click subscribe to help the channel grow. And if you like the stream, it will go a long way to helping it reach more people. Once again, this is Lost Relic Gaming, and you've been watching Blueprince.